we are on day 3 of our vocabulary this week, and we are going to look at 3 new words today. The first word is launch. Launch, you might think of like a rocket taking off, but this is to start or begin. Launch can also mean starting a project. An example using this word: every spring I launch or start a spring cleaning project in my house. I get all the supplies together and then I clean the house from top to bottom. So again, just using that word launch in context. So we can see here that launch is a multiple meaning word. It can mean to start or begin something. It can also mean to throw, hurl, or send off. So when we think of like a rocket ship taking off, we might think of this meaning of sending off. It can also mean putting a boat or a ship into the water, like you're going to launch the boat. The next word we want to talk about is the word intimidate. You probably heard this word before. Intimidate means to make someone feel afraid or timid. All of us face situations that intimidate us. A scary situation, such as riding a bicycle on a busy street, or an encounter with a mean dog, can intimidate us or make us feel afraid. So a new situation, a lot of us think of like the first day of school and meeting new people for the very first time, can also make us feel very timid and cause us to feel somewhat intimidated. So I'm going to describe a scenario for you, and I want you to think, would you be intimidated by this? You are at a toy store. You pick up a toy from a shelf to get a better look at it. Suddenly, a clerk bellows at you to put the toy back on the shelf. Do you feel intimidated? Why or why not? Let's look at another example. You and your friends are playing a game of basketball at recess. You accidentally bump into one of your friends and she glowers at you. Do you feel intimidated? Why or why not? Last example, you are invited to a birthday party. When you arrive, you realize that you do not know most of the other guests. Do you feel intimidated by this situation? The last word that we want to take a look at today is circulate. Circulate means to move from person to person or from place to place. So we have that root there, circ, which means circle or ring. Circulate means to move from one person to person or from place to place. So if you circulate something, you might send it or pass it around in a circle. We use the word circulate to talk about things that move from place to place or person to person. We say that our blood circulates in our body or moves from place to place inside of us. We can also say that a fan circulates the air in a room or moves it from place to place throughout the room. Think about this one. What do we mean when we say that a rumor or gossip about someone circulates? What does that mean? Right, if we're spreading a rumor, it's traveling from one person to the next. What do we mean when we say, sorry, that's the bell. What do we mean when we say that a sign-up sheet is circulating in our classroom? Right, it's moving around from person to person or from place to place within our classroom for people to sign up. Great job today, guys. That wraps up day 3. Tomorrow we'll be back for day 4.